right, what's up, beautiful people? It's your boys, the Beards of War, man. We back with another one. Got myself, Dick Nick Fury. You got FBR for President, Fat Broken Rambo, Light It Up, Scorched Earth, and Hey Hey,
What
Captain
up?
Jack's behind the scenes doing it up. All right, so our movie review for today is going to be Captain America: Brave New World. Warno, there will be spoilers, so if you have not seen it yet, go ahead and take a break. If you guys don't want to be spoiled, go check it out and then come back and check us out and let us know, and we'll let you know. You'll see what we thought of it. But before we get too far into it, let's go ahead and get a trailer recommendation. What you got for us, FBR?
Yeah, man. So, hey, welcome back, everybody. Glad to be here. We're talking, so we're going to bounce off of Captain America 4 Brave New World with Anthony Mackie. And I'm going to tell you right now, Twisted Metal Season 2 is coming on Peacock this summer, hopefully. All right.
Yes.
Trailer is attached in the description below, and we're showing it right now a little bit. It looks fantastic, man. I was a huge fan of the games. It's the first game I ever bought on the PlayStation 1 when it first came out. That's how old I am. You're welcome. Um, and it didn't let go, man. It's the episodes are about 30 minutes long. It's got Nev Campbell, Anthony Mackie, and God, what is it?
Samoa Joe?
Samoa Joe is the physical presence of Sweet Tooth, and Will Arnett is the actual voice of him, and it's fantastic too, man. Season 2 looks like it's gonna be even better because now we're getting to the tournament. Axel's coming in, so if you guys are fans of Twist Metal 2 and motherfucking Calypso, the Wishmaster himself, is coming into the series. It's gonna be fantastic. I can't wait to check it out. Comes out this summer on Peacock.
Yes, definitely, man. First season was fantastic. I've
Yeah, it
waited
was
on it seems
great.
like I waited forever for this season two, man. And it's just a lot of fun. I think Anthony Mack is fantastic in this.
Oh yeah,
Like
it's
he
great.
really is. Like very good casting. I like the supporting cast. I like the effects and everything. So
Yeah.
hopefully, I can't wait for this to come out.
Yeah, it's a great show. I loved it. And I definitely loved, I'm with you. I love the game. That was one of
Oh,
my
it's
all-time
great, man.
favorite games. I played that till my fingers almost bled. That was a great game.
Especially my favorite is Twist Metal Black, man, when they did the intro and they had Rolling Stones painted black. And I was like, that was the coolest thing ever back, and I think it was the
Right?
PlayStation 2. I was like, licensed music in a video game. I was like, it was fucking awesome. And
Now
the games are
imagine what
fantastic.
video games are today. It's
Yeah,
crazy. Like,
right?
all right, man. Let's not postpone this, man.
Okay.
We're gonna go ahead and step into this, okay? And I mean
Send
step
it off.
into it. All right. So
Oh
again, you've
yeah.
had your Warno spoiler alerts ahead. We got Brave New World, starring Anthony Mackie. You got Harrison Ford. You got Shira Haas from Tel Aviv, Israel. She plays the new widow. Um, okay, so we've been waiting for this. A lot of people who are fans of the MCU kind of waiting to see what this arc, they take from Captain America and all that stuff, and we know passing the shield on to Falcon. Um, we went and saw this at the theater, kept an open mind. I will say this: sometimes it's not for us, and I have to try to use that when I go into these movies to keep an open mind. Like, you know what? We kind of had our moment. So sometimes this might be for the next generation because there are people that did enjoy this movie. I was underwhelmed, right? So typically what I look for in a movie, especially a superhero movie, I want that moment that I can remember, whether it be a funny line, a great action sequence, something that gave me goosebumps, and I just didn't get it from this movie. With all that being said, I will be honest, I wasn't crazy about the first Captain America movie.
Yeah.
Chris Evans like had to play kind of straight guy. He really didn't have any comedic relief, if I remember.
Not
Anthony
really,
Mackie
no.
was the comedic relief, right? Like I remember a lot of his lines, like from Civil War. He's like, I don't know if you've ever been in a fight before. There's usually not this much talking, right? So like I know those lines, and they've always been funny, and they deliver. And he's like, hey man, don't tell Cap about this when he's fighting Ant-Man. So like Anthony Mackie has that ability to kind of use that moment to his advantage. But now when the spotlight's on you, you really can't play both roles unless you're going to turn it into a comedy, which we all know Captain America is not really a comedic type of hero. So I don't know. You guys tell me. Let's get into this. You want to start us off, Rambo?
Yeah, man, happy to do it. So, I mean, the overall plot is it's like a legacy sequel to the Incredible Hulk, the one with Edward Norton. Spoiler alert: the leader's the overall villain. He's been feeding gamma radiated medication for Thunderbolt Ross's heart condition,
Okay.
that's slowly turning him into like this
Viagra.
ticking time bomb. Yeah, I guess let's start off at the very beginning, man. It's a whole setup, right? It's starting off like a very Winter Soldier-esque vibe where they're trying to do this espionage thriller. Isaiah Washington takes a shot at the president. Ross tries to get Mackie to basically reconstitute the Avengers. and there's like the whole conspiracy. He's trying to, prove his friend innocent, and then you insert the new head of security as a widow or a former widow now working for the United States. It just didn't really flow that well, man. If I'm being real, I asked myself when I left the theater, I was like, was this movie necessary? And I would say absolutely not. Now the argument could be like, is any movie necessary? Sure, we can go down this rabbit hole. But if we're building towards something bigger, and MCU usually is, I would tell you that this is like the Captain Marvel of the new generation of films because like I went into this hoping for like just an inkling of what was coming next because that's what honestly we've been trained to do at this point. Even the extra scene at the end, I was just like, yeah. At least at the end of Captain Marvel, I got the stupid little beeper scene that we all felt screwed over in our money over. I got nothing out of this, man. I didn't leave it enjoying it. In fact, I thought the CGI was poor. The overall script wasn't anything to write home about. You brought some talent to the race, but you didn't really like let them do their thing. And in just my opinion, Harrison Ford looks like he was desperately trying to recover some Indiana Jones money and showed up for a paycheck. And this is what I'll say in the very beginning, man. Anthony Mackie is a good actor, but you have set this precedence of him being Falcon this entire time. And Steve Rogers was always kind of like the Boy Scout, didn't really joke around. Everything's very fucking serious. Anthony Mackie kind of broke that up. And then now I'm expected to take Anthony Mackie as a serious character, and lo and behold, he has his comedic relief in the new Falcon. So I don't really think there was a point to it. In the beginning, I was kind of interested. The whole political scenes where they're trying to negotiate the waters of a treaty and who gets the adamantium. That was kind of neat, but it still really didn't go anywhere. It didn't even move the adamantium was just like a dangle for the trailers, man. It didn't fucking go anywhere. Didn't get an
Right.
adamantium suit. Oh, and by the way, fucking who the fuck can take a beat down from the Red Hulk like that and just walk away with his fucking wing in a sling? Get the hell out of here, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That went
We
off.
knew
Yeah, it
that was
was
going to be a
pretty
problem.
bad. That's
There you go,
it was
Scorch. You
pretty
got it,
bad.
brother. Take it away.
This is your moment.
Yeah,
Light it up, bro.
we don't have enough time, to be honest. We just don't have enough time. Yeah, I mean,
Wish you had
to be
more time.
honest, like it should have been. Yeah, I wish I had more time that I could have spent elsewhere. I mean, it was Crafted America Part Two. Anthony Mackie should have just stuck with um, Twisted Metal and maybe spun that like Fast and Furious and made like 8,000 of them because he shouldn't be playing. He shouldn't be in Marvel movies unless he's a walk on that gets smashed or something. It was just ridiculous. Like you said, the guy was taking beat downs that no other character in the history of Marvel has taken from a Hulk, let alone Red Hulk. And he walks away from it. He takes a hatchet to the
Oh yeah, I
kidneys.
totally forgot about
He
that.
takes a knife,
To the chest.
Sure.
yeah, to the chest,
And no
and
super
he's just
soldier
like,
serum.
chill.
Right.
No
Yeah.
super
No
soldier
serum.
serum. Uh, the Red Hulk swings the flagpole off of the White House at a group of guys, and Mackie jumps in, stops it with his bare hands, and he doesn't have super serum. And I mean, it was a nightmare of a movie, in my opinion. I think it should have never been made. And yeah, I mean, it made money, right? Parents are going to take their kids because kids want to see it. There's going to be some adults
Yeah,
out
it
there
did.
for whatever reason, had a mental breakdown and thought they needed to go to the movies and saw it. Um, and it did better than Winter Soldier, from my understanding. But again, I think there was probably a little bit of hopefulness from some people that it might do, even though knowing that he got past the Shield, they should have known it was going to be horrible. Captain, he should have just kept it. What was he like 800? He should have just stayed 800 and stayed Captain America. This it was a it was a trash of a movie. Horrible. The script was horrible. It had to have something to do with all the rewrites and the reshoots. And I mean, a $400 million budget. Are you
Yeah.
serious?
That
You could have
that
paid me 2 million and I
CGI.
would have made this movie 10 times better. And I would have still had pocket change to buy a couple houses.
so I
So
can't back that up. I could not make anything better. I'll fuck up stick figures.
did I take a 2080 GPU and like an old AMD CPU
Yeah.
and make
Well,
this
listen, they
better?
did they work with what they had. Okay. Now, my for
They
me
had four
personally,
hundred million dollars. They did not
yeah,
work
and
with
it
what they
probably all
had.
wred into the CGI, right? Because you
Yeah,
had
they
to
didn't
like,
spend it right. It
a
was
Red Hulk battle. We know CGI battles just don't primarily work well, right? Like having those types of characters like an Incredible Hulk or like an Abomination, like it's difficult to make those realistic fights because you're not even using real people. It's not even like 1970s Incredible
Yeah.
Hulk where you got the dude,
Yeah, good old
Incredible Hulk,
David
Lou
Banner
Ferrigno
and
fighting
Lou
a dude in a
Ferrigno.
monkey
Yep.
suit. Like, okay, that dude's in a gorilla suit, but we get it. Okay,
Yeah.
so I will say this: I think what the challenge becomes is when you take like essentially your sidekick and you want to transition him into the main guy, right? When has that really been done successfully, right? So
There's a
if
reason
just to
Robin is still Robin and not Batman.
thank you, but
Yep.
here's the thing, right? And this kind of leads me to into that exact thing. If I were to see something like that, I would like to see a Dick Grayson to Nightwing story or a
Oh,
Jason Todd to Red Hood story. That's the
Batman
type of
Beyond.
sidekick, right? That's the type of sidekick elevation I'd like to see. Like, I don't want to see, Dick Grayson become Batman because he's not Batman, right? You
Yeah.
can wear the suit, but you're
Yeah.
not Bruce Wayne, right? So, and essentially, Anthony Mackie character, Sam Wilson, is never going to be because he even said, like, you're not, Rogers. You're not right because he's not, right? So you're wearing a suit, but you're still Falcon, bro. Like, I think if they would have just maybe developed Falcon's character, yeah, okay. If you want to give him a shield, like give him the responsibilities of a Captain America. But when you try to make him into Captain America when he's been the sidekick, I don't know that this doesn't really go, boat over well. So, in
Yeah.
my opinion, you take that dude and you elevate him on his parallel level, right? You don't bring him over into the new guy. No, you're gonna be your own guy, but you're gonna elevate your way. If you don't use the serum, you find other ways. You get more tech. I mean, Iron Man had to literally come up with a Hulk Buster suit to fight the Incredible Hulk, and you come up here with your wings and your vibranium stuff, and like, okay, I can do this, bro. You didn't even take
And Iron
like
Man still
ibuprofen.
he took some heavies with the
Right, and
Hulkbuster. He still
exactly the
took some
Hulk Buster. So
heavies.
the Hulk Buster got destroyed. He had literally had to have a satellite with extra parts flying around following him because, like, nah, bro, this ain't gonna go the way I think it's gonna go. And Falcon with a shield, do you want that the Hulk with a shield and some
Dude,
wings?
well, yeah, and some
Red Bull gives
wings.
you wings. Yeah, no, bro, that ain't gonna
It should
work
have been
here.
called Red Bull. Brave
Right,
New
Red Bull
Can.
gives you wings or rips them off.
But at the
Dude,
same time, though,
yeah.
too, man, it's no different than if you look at Iron Man and War Machine. I mean, is anybody like clamoring for a War Machine movie? Like,
Right,
and,
right.
Yeah.
and it's not for what it boils down to is if you haven't given that character enough time to like kind of like grow and mature into that phase. Like, I don't understand the purpose of not giving him the super soldier serum. Like, he's actually just like a risk to all these missions because that dude just got smoked out of the sky by the Japanese missile or the US missile that launched. Like
Right.
Falcon 2 was like smoked right then and there, man. He's in the hospital ICU, but like Anthony Mackie takes all these hits and just keeps on going. I'm just saying, you establish the rules of your lore, man. Like you kind of need to follow them if you want to have a cohesive story. And I just don't think it works in this realm.
Right. And
Well,
if you don't
he would
have
have
the
been
serum,
okay
you
if
don't
he had
heal.
rolled, right?
Right. You
What's
don't
that?
heal fast.
Yeah, you don't.
So now he got a
Yeah.
broken arm. Hey man, I'm on the shelf for like 6 weeks, so can't no terrorist attacks for 6 weeks till I heal up. Like, nah, bro, we need
Yeah,
that serum, bro. We need you back in the game in a day or two.
Well,
Like we don't
he
have
he
time to
didn't
exactly.
wait
need
for you
it
to heal
because
up.
he's taking tomahawks to the kidney,
Right.
so
Yeah,
he was
but he
good.
had some bullshit
Yeah.
Kevlar t-shirt on or something like that. It was
Yeah. Like, come on. You know what, too, and
He
along with the script, I don't think a lot of the actors were really into it. It might have had something to do with all the reshoots and whatnot, and a bad script. But then on top of that, the icing on the cake, and this would have preempted me even going to the movies. Anthony Mackie comes out and says some pretty anti-American, stuff. So when you're playing, kind of America's hero from quite a few years ago, and then you try and clean it up at the end, and then his cleanup sucked. Like you weren't even into the character because you didn't. I'm not saying you have to believe it, and you don't even have to do method acting, but kind of understand the role you're in and live it for the movie, right? You're an actor. You're supposed to kind of live the character, at least in the moments. He wasn't even in it, from jump. So, yeah, I mean, lackluster. I'm still going to watch Twisted Metal, but I think he kind of sucks as an actor, in my opinion. He has his moments, to be sure. I think it's Twisted Metal type stuff. He could probably do okay there. Don't do anything American. Please stay away from vet stuff.
I'll also say, man, it's kind of for me a kind of waste of a phenomenal actor, Giancarlo Esposito.
oh my
Right.
God, you're not kidding.
You bring this dude in, I'm like, oh man, he's gonna be like some badass,
And he
like
came in for the
super
reshoots too.
right. And I'm like, and this like it's like it literally went nowhere. Like that character.
That
didn't
was
develop anything. And maybe that's
crazy.
what it is. Maybe we're looking for development and we don't know if we're going to get it. Like even with the Falcon, Ramirez, I think the guy's name Dennis Ramirez, Joaquin Torres is the guy's name in the movie. I wasn't like he got shot down. I'm like, oh, okay. Like I wasn't attached to the dude in any way. I had no
Yeah,
feelings for him.
yeah.
Kind of like, okay.
He didn't
It's
draw
not
you
like
in.
short round, right? Like there's a way to do it, like short
Yeah,
round from Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. And when that dude first showed up on scene, you was all about short round because you had blocks on his
yeah,
feet driving a getaway car. Okay, that's all it took for you to be invested in short round, right? So sometimes
yeah,
you don't need a long drawn out story to to endear yourself to the
Yeah.
individual, but give me something, give me a reason to care about him,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
like he sacrificed something, he lost something. Um, make me feel for him that he got hurt, or he's putting himself on the line, or he's making these sacrifices. Other than okay, you just kind of want your moment in the sun, because that's what it seemed like. He's like, oh man, I don't want you getting all the glory. I want my my 2 minutes. And his comic relief just didn't land. Like I like, dude, you are not funny, bro.
Yeah.
Like it just I didn't leave again. I didn't leave the movie with any goosebumps. I didn't leave it laughing at particular scenes. We did have the little cameo with Sebastian Stan, Winter Soldier, which a little back
Yeah.
and forth.
Man, I got questions on that shit too. Cause like
Right? Like why?
when we started the beginning of the movie, we watched the new Thunderbolts trailer, and I was like, dude, I'm all in. He's running for office suddenly, like,
I
and
think he's
now
already like a senator
no, you
in
say
the in the
he's
next
gonna
in Thunderbolts. He's gonna be.
so he's gonna go from being a senator to being like some off the books rogue commando.
Yeah,
So,
it's just it's all over the
Stupid and
place,
aggressive.
man.
okay, I mean,
I will say the best part of that movie for me was Thunderbolts. That was the best
Trailer for
part,
Thunderbolts.
I,
Yeah.
I'm
and the
I'm
ending.
actually pretty excited for that film.
Yeah,
I'm Red Guardian, man, and Agent U.S. Agent, I think,
Yeah.
and of course
Yeah.
Bucky Barnes. But the other
Okay.
thing too, I mean, like just you guys were just talking about Giancarlo Esposito. Like, there's another great example of like you guys established a villain and went nowhere. And I'm talking about like Frank Grillo in Winter Soldier. Man, he had some of the better
Right.
scenes against Captain America in that film, and then you just threw him away in Civil War, man. Like it was nothing, or not
Right.
Civil War, Avengers, fucking robot movie, Ultron.
Ultron. Yeah. Ate Ultron. Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Dude,
he
And
was
then
nothing, and it was a
the
great
the
bringing
villain.
main
in Leader.
villain, the
Even
main
Leader was
villain
like
in
an
this.
afterthought. Like
Yeah,
okay, and then he just
Yeah,
like shows up. He just, oh, I'm gonna at a
horrible.
training site for special forces. I just walked up. Like, oh, hey guys, you training? Cool. Let me go ahead and kill you right quick. And then it's like, but what? But what are we? Where are we going with this? Now he's
yeah.
at the
Yeah,
prison
so
in Ocean. I'm like, okay, dude. Like, what are
so
we
you
doing?
so you don't make a phone call. But wasn't he taking people's minds over from like halfway around the world?
Right.
Yeah.
Why didn't he do that to the president? You know what I mean? Like, oh,
Yeah.
and he's supposed to be a super genius, but it wasn't even that. They used some kind of special things or insider knowledge to stay ahead of him. They just took some basic common sense and they're outsmarting the super genius. And then he turns himself in. And and like, come on, guys. Like it was just sad. It
Yeah.
was a sad
Just
movie.
it didn't land. It didn't land for us.
Yeah.
Again, like if you're gonna go check the movie out, support it. We all know how MCU goes. Sometimes you get some good ones and you get some bad ones mixed in.
Did make
This is
190 million though.
yeah,
What's that?
right, and
It made
190
190
million.
million. I don't think it's gonna have the staying power that it is gonna need though.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
it
think
it
so.
beat out, if I'm not mistaken, it beat out Winter Soldier like opening Friday or whatever day.
Mhm.
Like it made more, but let's be real, it was not better than Winter Soldier, not
Oh,
by
I'm
a
not saying
long
it
shot.
was.
No, no, no.
Right,
I'm just
yeah.
saying generally to the audience, like it. Come on,
And it
no,
also depends on what you come out with, right? Like
Yeah.
what are you going up against? So there's
Yeah.
really nothing
yeah,
You're going
challenging.
against the
So
Valentine's Day crowd on this one. I mean, and I don't even think they really released anything. So I mean, they had, carte blanche to basically make as much money as they wanted to. But I think now that after week one, I think you're going to see a pretty substantial drop off.
yeah,
But then again, there's not a whole lot out right now, so it
yeah,
might stick around for a bit. I don't think
that's
it'll
true.
recover its budget though.
And I've seen people who liked it. I've seen, on social
Hey
media. I
man,
think they were paid, but I'm gonna say,
the
but
paid bots.
some people
chills.
liked it. And again, like I said, go into it with an open mind.
Yeah,
And tell us what you think. Come back and we'll try to be responsive to all the requests we get and everything. So let us know what you guys thought.
yeah,
That's just our take on it.
yeah,
Based on what we've known, what we see. It's obviously you kind of want to stay in tune with what's going on, so you want to watch it, right? You don't want to like skip MCU because you end up missing something that could be important. So I think we beat that horse to death.
I agree.
We need to go ahead and wash our mouth out a little bit. So give us a recommendation. What you got for it, Rainbow?
All right, man. So I will say Oh man. Anyways, hey, so I'm sticking with Anthony Mackie. I still think the guy's a hell of an actor. This project didn't land for me. Twisted Metal, man. I'm gonna go back to it. So season one, it's on Peacock, and I can't stress it enough. It's great. So if you like films like Death Race with Statham, I know it's based on an older film with Stallone back in the '70s, but like, the Death Race series with Statham and Luke Goss and all those guys, they're just like, turn it on, fire and forget, kind of like a Fast and Furious. Well, this is in that same vein, man. It's a car combat action comedy television series, and it's fantastic. And he's basically a driver. He's got his vehicle kitted out for any kind of trouble, and he's got to take a package from location A to B. And then the second season is going to kick off where the game's really kind of picked up. So I'm excited. I absolutely love the first season. Can't wait to see season two. Highly recommend it. It's on Peacock.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so am I. Yeah, I love the game, love
Yeah,
the
it's so good.
series. I've been looking forward to them doing a second one, so that's a good
Yeah, man.
pick, man.
Yep.
All right, for me, so I'm taking it back. I'm sticking with Harrison Ford on this one. One of my favorites, Raiders of the Lost Ark. So that's
Mm.
1981. Essentially, it's about a renowned archaeologist that's hired by the U.S. government to find the lost Ark of the Covenant before the Germans did, so that they can kind of harness the power. Because, of course, they figured the Germans are going to use it for evil. But again, great movie. And of course, the Germans get killed, right? Not just any Germans, Nazi Germans. So let's get that clear. Everybody wants to see the Nazis die, right? So um,
Amen.
it's a great movie, man. It was a hard one though. It was between this and Indiana Jones, right? And the Temple of Doom. So yeah,
Really? Really?
yeah, because I like them both. I
No
like
way,
this
dude.
one.
Last
I like
Crusade
this
is where it's
one.
at.
Yeah, I mean, I liked a few of them, but this one kind of won out. There was just too many things going on with it that I missed, and it was nostalgic. So you guys can check it out over at Paramount or Disney Plus. So yeah, you got to have subscriptions. Sorry, guys.
Best sword fight scene ever, man.
There you
Dude, he was
go.
he was no joke. He was surgical with that revolver.
Oh,
He's
so
shooting
good. So
swords
good.
out of guys'
Right?
hands.
No
So good.
collateral damage. No one shot in the background. He got his guy. Sent a mass, right? All right, man. So again, I'm gonna go with Team Mackie here, and with a Netflix series that's been out like man, going 7 years now. 2018,
Damn.
Altered Carbon, right? So Altered Carbon is basically one of those futuristic technology type movies where death is no longer a thing. You have these stacks, so basically you can transfer your consciousness to another body. Season one was a little bit different than season two. Season one had Joel Kinnaman as the
Yep.
main character, Takeshi Kovacs, and then Anthony Mackie comes in season two as Takeshi Kovacs. So as I said, being able to take over another body and basically, not being able to die. So there was also a cartoon or animated, I'll call it animated film called Altered Carbon, resleeved. Fantastic animation. So if you want to, get into an animated part of it, I would say check that Carbon resleeved out. It's one, just one movie, it's not a series, it's a movie. Altered Carbon played for 2 seasons. As I say, Anthony Mackie played in season two. Um, Interesting storyline. I kind of like it looks like, like this whole cyberpunk type deal. I know,
Yeah.
Scorch, you in the cyberpunk, and I believe they're trying to get Keanu Reeves and is it Idris Elba that wants to do it? I
Well,
think something.
he's in the
Really?
DLC.
Yeah,
They're
Yeah,
making a movie?
they're both in
Yeah.
Cyberpunk.
yeah. So they're trying to do a live action cyberpunk.
Oh, that'd be so
Again, I
good.
love those types of movies, the technology, that defying death, being reborn to a different
Yeah.
body. Uh, Great series. Like I said, season one was a little bit better than season two because once you kind of get used to the storyline, then it kind of gets a little, weird and altered. But no pun intended. But it was just it was
Sure.
a good show. It kept you interested. I would definitely recommend it if you guys haven't seen it. It's still playing on Netflix, so check it out. It's 2 seasons and it's worth your time. And that's my pick, man. That's my Anthony pick kind of,
Nice, nice.
resurgence a little bit there, but that's it, man. Oh, and also, so we're maintaining our poll of best superhero transformation. So make sure you guys go to the community tab on the page and vote. If you need to see the actual video, just Google it or YouTube it. Like I was as descriptive as I could be in the poll. Um, all fantastic. I mean, we all know there's plenty of superhero transformations that you could choose from. This is just four we had to choose. Um, and just let us know what you think. Sometimes it'll give you a gauge of where you are in your superhero journey. You know, some of us a little
That's
older than
right.
others. So,
That's
you
right.
know, you got Doctor Strange, man. You got the Superman. You got Incredible Hulk. You got Iron Man. So we already know these types of transformations. You've seen the movies. Um, and let's let us know. Like be Superman 2, I'm gonna tell you right now, Superman 2 is my joint.
No way.
I'll never forget that alley scene where he's running and just, and again, this is 1978 or something like that. So I'm sorry, man. I was like 3 years old. All right. Cut me some slack. All right.
Fair enough.
Dude, and then the music plays, it gives you goosebumps even now when I watched it.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, we
yeah,
got
but
I think right now we got a couple of votes on there, but it looks like everybody's leaning those couple are leaning towards the Hulk.
oh
So
yeah.
yeah, you guys
Oh,
get
Because
out
those people
there
have
fantastic.
taste.
and
Oh,
vote.
that's great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's my
I think
secret
I know
cabinet.
who
I'm
those
always
those
thinking.
couple are, but
Maybe.
Come on, man. And listen, watch them. Don't just look at what you remember. Watch all of them because, it's time to educate yourself on some things. So if you
Absolutely.
haven't seen Superman 2, get busy. Listen, General Zod, the General Zod, Terrence Stamp, to this day is the best General Zod to ever do it. I'm telling you, dude was like Shakespeare. He's like watching Shakespeare up there. That dude was
yeah,
real.
I'll give
Love
you that.
General Zod.
he was good though. He was good.
Love that dude. Yeah. All right, man. So who's gonna take us out of here, man? What you got?
Yeah, I'll take us out. Actually, real quick before we split and do our send off, guys. So tomorrow, Mr. Thick Nick Fury and I are gonna deep dive into season 3 of Yellow Jackets, first 2 episodes. All right, so that dropped on Friday. So if you guys are Yellow Jacket fanatics like I am, you probably watched both episodes multiple times already. I'm gonna watch it again tonight and take some notes. We're gonna talk about spoilers. We're gonna talk about theories. Like, come join us on the conversation, man. Fantastic show. I really like the speed of which they're picking up the pace on this one, coming off season 2. I think it's moving in a good positive direction. I'm kind of jazzed to see where they go.
Yeah, yeah. I had to watch the last 2 episodes of season 2 to kind of get, caught up because I'm
It's been
telling
a
you,
while. It's
it's
been a while.
hard, man. It's hard to kind of pick up where you left off,
Yeah,
especially when we're watching so many other things in between. So,
yeah.
um, from like I'm already like, oh, I'm gonna have to watch From again. Like,
I know,
so
right?
it just,
Yeah,
and
because
I'm
that
like,
ain't
oh,
coming out until
remember when
2026, man.
that's the wrong show, man. Which one? There
Right?
was no dragon and yellow jackets. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. I'm thinking of something else. But yeah, man. So I'm looking forward to it, man. Diving in that with you tomorrow. Again, man, I love what we do here, man. There's some retired veterans enjoying, sharing our love of movie and television shows with you guys, and
Absolutely. Yeah.
we appreciate it, man. Make sure you guys, check us out, man. Show us some love. Be at the war, man. This is what we're doing. We love doing it. That's all I got, man. Thick Nick Fury. Till next time, man.
Fat Bro Rambo out here. Like, subscribe, notification bell.
What he said, scorched out of here.